All right, everybody. Welcome to the Intel Drop. It is June 9th, 2021. We have a very little intel this morning, mostly just because, there hasn't been a lot of intel, and I don't have a lot of time to record the Intel Drop this morning. I'm quite busy, have a lot of other stuff going on. First, what I'd like to explain to you is you've probably noticed I'm not wearing the mask anymore. Probably won't be doing that anymore on this channel. At least I think. I know I've flip-flopped a lot in the last little while on this channel in making new decisions and going to this and moving channels entirely and losing 1,700 subscribers by my own choice so that we could grow once again and reach new people. I think that reaching new people with valuable information is more important than being able to say, look, I have this many subscribers. I value people and actually being able to spread this information far more than that. And if we don't get up to that level, fine. As long as we're reaching new people and growing, I don't really care. We just want to be able to wake up as many people as possible, this kind of stuff. But I'm deciding not to wear the mask for the moment just because I don't see, I've really thought it through and I don't know. I don't see me being as much affected by people finding out who I am, especially because of how few people do watch this. This isn't a thing where I have 1 million subscribers, and it's probably good for myself. So I don't really need to worry about anyone finding out who I am. The chances of anyone actually caring is very low. So not much of a risk with that. There are still things that I'm concerned about, considering that Google does archive pretty much everything that does go on YouTube, and I do need to be concerned about them using this stuff in the future against me. But even with that, there's less of a risk than certain other topics or discussions, and I don't go into depth on crazy things. There's a bunch of other people on YouTube who discuss the pretty much exact same stuff that I do, and I don't see as much of a need for the mask anymore as I originally thought there was. So, anyways, we try new stuff on the channel. I try to adapt to the times this is my first YouTube channel that I'm actually putting effort into. So I've been trying new stuff out, and I guess I just don't see as much of a need for the mask anymore. Anyways, I don't want to ramble on too much about that. Mostly because I might flip-flop again on it. I don't know. We'll see. For the moment, we'll go without it and see how I like it. I don't know. Let's get into the intel. That's why you guys are all here. Like the channel, subscribe, and share the video. We are still trying to reach first that goal of 300 subscribers. Not because it's a number or anything, but because once we reach 300 subscribers... Why can't I breathe? Sorry. Once we reach 300 subscribers, we can get an Odyssey channel. Odyssey channels allow us to put all of our information on another platform that they can't take us down on. So it's very useful. We want to get an Odyssey channel, so trying to get 300 subscribers, and then more than that, but 300 is our first number, so we can get an Odyssey channel. So please share the channel. Governor Kenneth McKenzie says the U.S. has completed about half the planned withdrawal from Afghanistan. And in that time, the Taliban has taken over numerous Afghanistan bases. But anyways, they won't tell you about that, about the absolute disaster this withdrawal has been already. And they've been suppressing all the news about it. But hey, whatever. There was an incident at Pearl Harbor. Apparently, there was a lockdown over security threat. Personnel were ordered to shelter in place. I haven't heard anything further about that issue. I heard people talk about this, that this occurred, but no information was given on what actually happened. So we might not know. I don't know. I haven't had the time to research it, unfortunately. But there was that incident. Should we get more information on something that is important regarding this, I'll include that in the next Intel Drop. More than 100 suspected criminals were arrested after the Anom app was used to, I think it was Anom. Yeah, the Anom app, which was a messaging app through which the FBI was able to track their messages. So they thought it was encrypted. It really wasn't. I am worried about things like that regarding apps like Telegram, and that's why I've said since the start, as I've talked about this kind of stuff, don't really say stuff you wouldn't tell somebody on Facebook or Instagram. Even if it's Telegram, and you might say, oh, it's better because Telegram's encrypted. Frequently, we're finding out that apps like Anom, and possibly even Telegram, are not as encrypted as we thought they were. And they're pretty easy to access from government agencies. And I want you to be aware of that because you should not be exposing yourself to stuff like this, where they can arrest you for what you're saying online. You should be really, really careful. It's not worth it. And even if the app says it's encrypted, chances are it's probably actually not. And I am aware of that. And that's why we need to be careful about our messaging services. Even stuff that might not be perceived as us as dangerous hate speech will be perceived like that by the government because they just hate all morality. Anyways. U.S. House of Representatives hit by a ransomware cyber attack. That was an issue, so congressmen on both sides couldn't, and reps couldn't get their emails open, stuff like that. So cyber attacks are only going to increase. That's been something we've talked about since the beginning. That's been easy to predict considering people like Klaus Schwab of the World Economic Forum and what he says about that. It's been easy to predict. He's been right on a couple things and he kind of makes stuff happen. He's got a lot of money, power, and influence. And when he says something's going to happen, most likely it's going to happen. So it was easy to predict that. Anyways. So that's all the intel this morning. What do I want to put as the title out of that? Probably the, I guess oh man, I forgot even what I read. Sorry, guys. I've got a lot distracting me, a lot I've got to do. Let me just make sure there wasn't something more important. Yeah, I'll probably talk about that Anom app. Be careful what you say online. Let's just say that. Be very careful. Even if you're encrypted or this or that, they can listen to you both with your messages and just on the microphone on this thing. So I would be careful regarding that of what you say. And I won't say don't do anything that could be viewed as a government as bad. That's absolutely ridiculous and goes against everything our our republic was founded upon. So I won't say that. Do whatever you want and whatever is patriotic. That's not my decision to decide what you do or not. But what I would like you to do is just be very careful about where you talk about it. Fact is, the government is against many things that are simply patriotic or Christian or moral. And there's a lot of stuff that you could talk about to your loved ones, but if you start talking about that publicly, you're going to get in big trouble. Everything that's done in secret will be revealed. It's especially true of stuff like these messaging platforms. You think you're talking in secret, fact is you're probably not. So, be careful. I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for being here. Remember, share the channel, trying to get to 300 so we can get on Odyssey, and then all our content will be backed up. Thankfully on this channel so far, I don't think we're shadow banned, which is wonderful. That's why we moved to this channel, because we're not shadow banned and we can get this information out to more people. Let me know in the comments if you're new. Leave a like on the video. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. I'll see you guys later. If my mouse will work, it does this every time. Oh, come on. I don't want to know the weather. I can look outside. Oh, sometimes this setup is infuriating. Literally won't close. Come on. I'm sorry, guys. What on earth? This is way harder than it needs to be. Come on. There we go. All right. See you guys.